Hello and welcome to Nintendo Voice, your voice for everything Nintendo. This is episode 150, being recorded on the 21st of August 2018. My name is Lewis Pugh, and joining me to talk all things Nintendo, we have Harrison Milfeld.
I am here for the refresh.
Colin Crompton.
I am also here for the refresh.
Thanks for that, Colin. And also this week joining us, we have very special guest, friend of the show, Fellmeth.
Hello, I have no idea what the refresh means. None at all.
Thank you for leading very nicely into that. This is our refresh episode, which means if you've been following us on Twitter at least, you would have seen some new art for the show. There's some new profile art for myself, Harrison, and for Colin. We also have new official, as it were, theme tune music for the podcast, which if you're on the audio version, you should hopefully have already heard. And we'll hear a little bit more before the show or the file is finished.
It's quite some catchy tunes. And thanks to who is it? Perry?
Perry Beckham.
Yes, a special thanks to him for putting this thing together. I mean, there was nothing wrong, obviously, with us using just Nintendo tunes, but the only problem was it's like trying to document did we use this before? Did we use this or not?
Yes. It was trouble keeping track of what we have used. It's okay to use the same tune more than once. We tried to avoid it as much as we could.
Yeah, and who knows? We may use some Nintendo tunes, not as an intro and outro. We could probably just sprinkle it in within the show at some point. I don't know. I don't know. Not to get our editor to a little worked up or anything like that. So, I would say
there's some other cool things we're going to be doing for the show. There's some updates on the Patreon side as well. We're going to kickstart the show with something a bit new. But before we do, because we do have a guest on the show, Holly, I imagine there's going to be listeners to this show who have heard you before on podcasts, but I'm guessing there's also going to be a few people who haven't. So if you can give us a little quick introduction about yourself.
Well, hello to the new listeners who don't know who I am, for one thing. Thanks for joining the show. That's really fun. Well, my name's Holly Fellmeth, and I've been blogging and podcasting kind of on and off ever since 2011, actually. Podcasting, though, didn't start, I think, until 2013. With these three gentlemen here, at least Lewis and Harrison were there at the time.
I can remember.
Yes, but we've talked a lot, so that was back in our Infendo days, and things have just kind of changed and evolved since then. Obviously, I'm a Nintendo fan. I like Pokemon. I mean... a special shirt for the occasion and all, and Splatoon, and pretty much all things Nintendo, actually. So that's me, Nintendo fanatic.
All of us here.
Indeed, and it's very good to have you on. But let's kickstart with our new feature, which is Content Provider. This is a new game show I'm introducing to the show on a weekly basis until, of course, the masses tell me to stop. But what the game is, we're going to play this little game once a week, and then at the end of a month, we will tally up the scores. And it's going to be Colin versus Harrison, and there's participation by guests as well. And at the end of that month, they get to decide what the feature is going to be for our once-a-month exclusive podcast, which is something for Patreons. But it can be anything of their choosing. It can even be outside the realm of Nintendo, so you might learn a bit more about the podcast people that you don't already. But let's jump straight into it. So the game itself, a couple of very simple rules. So it won't take too long.
I'm not saying it's taking too long. It's just when you mentioned the whole thing, it's like, we're going to have a game show here. I'm like, oh dear, this is just going to be... I don't know. Is this going to be Family Feud levels of awkwardness at one point when you look at things like that? But I don't know.
Most likely. And I'm looking forward to it.
We shall see very, very soon. And so the structure is whoever ultimately wins the game today will score 1 point. If it is Holly who wins, then at the end of the show, she can decide who to give a point to, or, and this is at the end of the show, she can choose to enter a sudden death where Harrison and Colin will have to play one more round for a point.
You know what I'm going to pick.
Well, it really depends who plays nice, I guess, during the episode.
Plays nice. Oh, jeez.
Or who doesn't. But the other rule is, if you do win the game, again, at the end of the podcast, if you're not the guest, you get to double or nothing. You can try and get 2 points out of the show. But if you lose, this is where the house comes in. The house will get the 2 points. The house also scores points if no one scores any points, or if there is any draws on any level. So, shall we begin?
Yeah, sure.
Let's roll this one. Okay. So,
do we have to buzz in or anything like that, or is this just basically directed one to each other?
So the way this works is, for today's questions, they're all multiple choice, and they'll all have 4 answers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to listen to all of the answers, and once the last one's finished, you can butt in with your answer as quick as you can. And you get 1 chance for each question. Okay. And the theme for this is Kickstarter games, because we're doing an indie discussion in a moment. And so it's the same question every time. And it's which of these games had a successful Kickstarter campaign. And the definition of that is it reached its funding, not necessarily that the game was actually delivered. Okay.
Sounds good.
Question number 1. The games are Stardew Valley, Braid, Colors 3D, A Hat in Time.
All of them?
Incorrect.
I'm just
not all of those are Kickstarter games, I don't think.
No,
I know. Okay, I'm dumb right now thinking Braid was a. What am I thinking? Jeez, Harry.
Okay, anyone else want to guess?
Can I have the games again?
You and Holly can still have a go.
Can we have the games again?
Oh, so you got Stardew Valley,
Okay.
Braid,
Mm-hmm.
Colors 3D,
Mm-hmm.
and A Hat in Time.
Hat in Time.
Correct.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Okay, next up we have Game Dev Tycoon, Army Krog, Fruit Ninja, Inside My Radio.
I missed the first one.
Yeah, I missed the first one too.
The first one was Game Dev Tycoon.
Is that even a thing? Do some of these are some of these just like they don't even exist?
Oh, yeah,
you just made them up.
They're all real games.
That can't be a real game.
They're all real games. Or at least had Kickstarter campaigns, one or the other.
That's a good point.
Successful ones.
Can I give an answer?
Of course, you can guess.
Can I go with B?
Or do you remember what B was?
Army Krog.
Army Krog is correct, Colin.
Oh.
I have mentioned that on the show previously, so well done on remembering that fact.
That was a long time ago.
It was. It's a good game. Put it on the Wii. Number 3, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, Night in the Woods, Joe Danger, Shadow of the Eternals.
I can tell you one on there that failed spectacularly.
Failed twice.
Was it twice? It was twice?
It was twice it failed.
Dennis Dyack, you just trying to give my money? No.
Were there 4 in that list? I only heard 3. That was weird.
Okay, we've got Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, Night in the Woods, Joe Danger, and Shadows of the Eternals.
I'm going to throw out Shadows of the Eternals.
Incorrect.
Could be the total failure.
No, that's that was it was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Eternal Darkness, what Dennis Dyack had formed. But if everybody wants to look up the history of like Silicon Knights and their lawsuit, what was it with the Unreal Guys, and how they had to destroy every copy of Two Human and X-Men Destiny, I believe. So. Yeah, Dennis Dyack just trying to swindle money from us to a point where, like, no, we're not helping fund you this now.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm so behind on Kickstarter. I was only into it for like a short-ish time. Yeah, shortish.
Okay.
Could be considered about a day.
Harrison and Colin. Any guesses?
Repeat. What were the first?
And Joe Danger.
Joe Danger.
Incorrect. Colin? You got Keep Talking Nobody Explodes or Night in the Woods.
I've not heard of either of these. A
You
night
should.
in the woods.
I've heard of them, but
Was that Night in the Woods?
Yeah,
That is correct. Colin currently has 3 points in this
that's a
podcast.
game.
In this game.
Night in the Woods? Even I know that one.
Is that?
I just didn't know it was on Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was the only Kickstarter one of those 4. Round 4, Red Ash, the Inedible Legend, Octodad 2, Ninhog 2, or Meme Run.
I don't know. Are these
Just
real?
throw out another guess, Colin.
These
You're
are
bound to get it
real.
right.
Yeah, I mean, even one of them I've kind of talked about, Colin, so I'm a bit disappointed.
Huh.
Colin, you should actually guess first. Like, I feel like it's process of elimination with you so
Yeah,
far. Where
I
Harrison and I
think I
make
should
guesses
go
and they're wrong.
first.
So he's going to get last each time.
Okay. Is it Nidhogg?
Nidhogg 2 is incorrect.
Oh, fudge.
What was the first one? What was the first one again?
You got Red Ash, Octodad 2, and Meme Run.
Red Ash.
Incorrect. It was a Kickstarter, but was not funded. That was after Mighty Number 9.
My guess is Mean Run then.
Also incorrect. Octodad 2 is the correct answer.
For some reason, I thought Octodad didn't get. Oh,
What?
Yeah,
I know the first one was like a success,
a
but you
game on the
guys.
Wii U and the Switch. But 2
I didn't
is
realize any of that was Kickstarter related.
so no points. I guess the house gets that one. Number 5, you've got Owlboy, Hollow Knight, Salt and Sanctuary, and Steamworld Dig 2.
I've actually heard of these. This is incredible.
The third one.
The third one was Salt and Sanctuary, and that is incorrect, Harrison.
I was going to go for that, Harrison.
I'm just terrible. I'm terrible. I should get off this podcast. I should get off this podcast.
You've got Owlboy, Hollow
Me
Knight,
too.
and Steamworld Dig 2.
Hollow Knight.
Oh, did you say someone, Holly?
Did I say one yet? No. I was going to say Owlboy. No, wait, what was I going to say? Okay.
I said Hollow Knight. Is Hollow Knight not correct?
Which one was yours, Colin?
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight is correct. Colin definitely in the lead. 4 points so far. We got 2 more rounds.
And obviously it's
Rhino.
it's no contest at this point.
That is
Thank
correct.
you,
But I'm
Harrison.
going to go through them anyway, but you raised good points. We have Shantae Risky's Revenge, The Swapper, Red Goddess, and Unepic.
Shantae's Risky Revenge.
Incorrect. The wrong Shantae game.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I thought it was half King of
Harrison
Europe.
is hating this
Kickstarter.
I won't say hating it. I'm just kind of going through the emotions.
Go through the various stages.
Me too.
All right, you got The Swapper, Red Goddess, and Unepic.
Swapper.
Unepic.
Both incorrect. Final round.
Really?
Extra one for House. I could almost get there. Final round. You've got the Banner Saga,
Okay.
Boaz, Super Meat Boy,
hmm
and SteamWorld Tower Defense.
That's a game.
The first one.
The Banner Saga is correct.
I forgot what it was called, but that was the only one that rung true for me.
Yes. Well, that's going to conclude Content Provider for now. Colin, the point is yours. At the end of the show, you can try and double that or nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you are in the running for your own exclusive show at the end of the month. Any immediate thoughts what that vision may be?
No.
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 Way to tease the audience, Colin.
I know. That's how we do it.
Colin and I are similar in that we have to actually think about things before we come up with ideas.
Yes.
That's okay. Well, there's still plenty of time.
Give me a couple of days, I'll get back to you on
A
that.
couple of days. That's all right. You've got a full month. Full month ahead of you, Colin. You're in the lead. Anyway, let's jump to our feature this week, our main feature. It's the Indies highlight. And so this came out yesterday, kind of out of nowhere, really. There was no announcement for it. It wasn't actually streamed. The video just kind of plopped on Nintendo UK's YouTube channel.
Oh, the old shadow drop.
Yeah, the old shadow drop, and there was even like shadow drops within the shadow drop.
I know, it's weird. It's very just the method of delivery is very peculiar because there wasn't any like buzz around it. Really, it's like, I mean, I heard about it through Twitter.
They didn't even mention it beforehand.
And that's what I thought. That's like that's such a weird thing to do. Like, don't you want these games to kind of like get the word out? You know,
I get the idea of shadow dropping if something's like what we got back in January for the Direct Mini, when obviously there was that Twitter storm of everybody like, when's the Direct? There's supposed to be a Direct happening, and then it just dropped immediately right there, about 14, 15-minute little mini that was like, you know, that works out well. It's just with this, it's like, wouldn't it kind of help to bring this out, especially smaller titles, if it were given like a week advance to help those titles out? But that's, I mean, I don't want to argue so much about like semantics about this, whatever, when it comes to the release. It's just I don't know, it just felt strange to me. But overall, for this thing that we got on here, there's quite a few on here that I'm fairly interested in, I would say. And definitely there's quite a bit of surprises that we've gotten through here, especially for releases.
And so, was there anyone in particular, Harrison? Which well, I guess the initial question to all people, if I can extend it, is: did any of these announcements in any way, whether small or big details, get you to either pre-order or to buy or just to reconsider a game which you... No, none at all.
No.
I don't say reconsider or anything like that, but again, some of these have... We've already seen some of these games we've actually already seen before in the past Nindies Direct. Well, this is Indie Highlight, I guess. Here in the States, we just call it Nindies, but that's but in the case of here, I think we've seen some of these we've already seen before.
Oh yeah, definitely. We had updates as well as new announcements. And
well, some of them have been released before, right? I mean, I hadn't heard of any of them personally, but some of them have been out on other consoles, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, things like Terraria, which I was kind of surprised by that. Like, oh, it's coming out. When's that due out? Do we have a release for that?
Well, when it appeared, I was confused because I assumed the Switch already had it.
That's Minecraft, Lewis.
I know what Terraria is. I assumed it, for whatever reason, came out early on the Switch.
It's not due out till 2019, so it's like, really? You're gonna like? I don't know. It's
you gotta work out the physical release.
Like a game that's out everywhere else, and the Switch isn't getting it till next year. Like not even like January. We don't know. We don't even know. It's just 2019. It's just blanket. It's weird. Very weird.
Yeah, but then games that are like brand new, like Morphe's Law, and they're highly experimental. I mean, that's out now. Bam.
Yeah, you're getting. I mean, yeah, you're getting a spread out of releases like this. Whatever. It's like, hey, yes, we know we got a big vague titles for this when it comes to release, but hey, here's some that are actually just dropping right away. Awesome, good. You know.
Yeah.
I love that about Nintendo.
Hell, they did that with Hollow Knight, whatever. For instance, at E3, I was like, yes, I knew plenty of people who wanted to play this on Switch.
Yeah, it was cool. The eShop is still an issue on the Switch where new games come on, like they're on the front page for like a day or two, and then they're just like swamped by.
No. You're right. You're right on that, and how I like the idea of the eShop, but it needs an overhaul in terms of like design to actually, because there's so many things that get lost in there. Plus, its search function needs to be like refined to a point where it's like I really not just works. It's like I given more search options. So it's just, but I hear you on that.
Filters.
Filters. There we go.
Filters. Yeah, so that you're not, just typing games with demos. Okay. Just go through and like filter out all the games that don't have demos. Like, exactly, I just want to see the games with demos. Bam.
Well,
Make me type it out on the Switch.
Nintendo of America did have a GIF on their Twitter account where it just showed all the games. The demo was like, click and pause this GIF, and that will decide what demo you're may want to try out. This is a game that has a demo you want to try out. I'm like, can I just have a search function where I can just do this? I mean,
that is the new search function. It's a GIF.
Oh, that's just the search function. It's like, which game you want? Oh, Kirby's outline. There you go.
Yeah, there's Nintendo.
It could be like the little,
There's Nintendo's filter.
remember that little micro game thing when the eShop loaded on the Wii U? You could try and line up.
Oh yeah, it was like a little puzzle. It was just.
I always like hoped
fine.
that one day they would add like an ability to get like Nintendo points from that thing.
You're saying if you would have
coins, we're not.
Oh, you're saying if I would have matched up the picture, be like, hey, here's 10 gold coins for my Nintendo. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. Here, I'll use that to go towards another wallpaper of sorts. I'm like, God, I like the idea of my Nintendo right now, but it's just like, geez, you got to fix this so badly right now as far as reward. But hopefully that changes with the exclusive deals on the Switch Online. But I know I'm sounding like really downing on this, whatever, especially since we're supposed to talk about indies. But it's like, I don't know. It went
bad
from
stuff out of the way.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
It's device Harrison now. We can, go around, bounce around between things within these confines. It's all good.
Well, that's good because I was. Let me ask you guys, like, overall, was you happy with this showing?
It was fine. That's it. I mean, there's just there was nothing for me to say like, oh, that was terrible or that did not interest me at all. But no, there was. I'm like, okay, some of these will check out.
I'm still baffled by when they show a game and it's not out till next year. That's at least 6 months. So it's like
to just say, hey, this is coming.
Yeah, but it's like.
But they did show quite a lot of different games, different release dates, different styles.
I think only one of them was like, and it's out now.
No, there's two that are out
there
now.
Were three.
Two or three.
There's 4.
All of them. They're all out now with the release dates change.
Yeah,
well, the thing is,
that would be a fun video.
It is weird. Like Colin's right. It is weird for them to be like, "This is coming in 2019. It's an indie game." The odds are not good that it's going to come out next year because when do indie games come out when they're supposed to? When they give a date that far in advance? Wargroove. Weren't we supposed to get that forever ago? And I've been looking forward to it. Like, come on.
Bloodstain just got delayed into 2019. We all saw that, right?
Oh,
classic indie. SteamWorld Dig 2.
And sorry to everybody and sorry to all Vita owners, but the Vita version of Bloodstain is dead.
Well, that's understandable. The Vita died years ago.
I'm just glad that the 3DS version of Mighty Number 9 is still coming along.
Wait, that hasn't hit. Wait, what?
They've not said it's not coming yet, so it must be around the corner, surely.
It must be.
See what I mean about these indie releases, but dates, schmates. Let's actually talk about a game here. So the Windjammers, I don't know about the background of these games, Windjammers 1 and 2, whatever they are, but they sure look fun. I don't know. I'm not usually into sports games, but this actually made playing a sports video game look fun to me. So that was one of the games that kind of stuck out to me.
Windjammers is one of those things, like, I heard about it a while ago, and everyone was like raving over it. And now, like, hey, now the Switch is getting it. I'm like, isn't it like how that ship sailed kind of thing?
I think yes and no. It's a weird one because it's one I've heard. I've never played it. I've seen it played on the internet. One of the Giant Bomb guys, Jeff Gerstmann, is kind of a champion for Windjammers.
Right.
And so watching a lot of their stuff, Windjammers just comes up every now and again. And
a bit of the anime.
A really good laugh playing it, and so I'm kind of interested in this coming to the Switch.
The animation for some of these, I guess, cutscenes or the trailer were kind of nice.
Oh, they're very good. Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do like when especially this wasn't a franchise before; it was the one game, and so it's cool. Like all this time later, for them to do another one, but it's in like this halfway house style between like its retro original roots and if they were to traditionally do that game today.
Right.
Yeah, it looks fun, and yeah, it's cool that they've got both the original and the sequel announced just at the same time.
When did the original come out? Like they mentioned something about the 90s, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, it's an old game.
It just looks like a
it is an old game.
Mm-hmm. Came out. I'll look that up right now.
And they're just making a sequel. That's pretty cool, actually. It looks pretty fun. It looks so cheesy 90s that.
It's this thing. I'm just like I am here for that style. Yeah, Windjammers was originally for the dated 1994 on the Neo Geo arcade system.
Wonderful.
And it did come to the Wii Virtual Console, RIP, by the way, in Japan on June 22nd, 2010. So Data East, wow, jeez, that's a name that takes me back.
Unless you still got some Wii points in your vault, I think you'll still be able to buy Windjammers if you do.
Well, I can't do that anymore right now, Lewis, because they decided to shut that off, and because I completely forgot about it. As in, no, I was gonna put some money on there. I'm like, you know what? I want to download Castlevania Dracula X on there just to have a digital version, and then I got sidetracked and midnight passed. I'm like, oh, crud! I can't. Dang it!
Let's go.
And what good are 100 Wii points anyway nowadays? That's $1. That's $1.
Yeah, you can't spend anything on 100, I think.
Exactly.
Maybe it's with DLC in one of the WiiWare games itself.
One of the what?
I know some of the WiiWare games had DLC within them. So maybe something had 100 points spent somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah. So a game I want to talk about is Morphe's Law. Because it's a game we had heard about before, like it had been in a Nindies Direct before. But they shadow dropped it. It didn't have the release date, and they said it's out now. Or actually, they said it was out later this evening.
Yeah,
which is now doing it when some games have just said out now. But I actually downloaded Morphe's Law.
Oh,
ooh.
It's quite cool. I mean, I was actually intrigued about it from like my Splatoon roots, as it were.
yeah.
And it's weird attaching roots to a game so new. But I feel it's quite like a new gameplay style to me. It's like this third-person team shooter. Exactly. Respect. Represent. Unfortunately, I think my Splatoon Joy-Cons with me, all I've got is this somewhat aqua-themed fishing rod. But enough of that. But
Nintendo Pride.
Exactly. But yeah, Morphe's Law, it's somewhat is like Splatoon. You are in these teams of 4. And it's like this odd take.
Right?
Yeah, it's this odd take on a third-person shooter. It's not a traditional third-person shooter, but it controls kind of like a third-person shooter. And so I feel they did get the point about this across quite well, so I won't go too long about it. But the basic idea is where you shoot your opponent, that part of your body grows. And there are advantages and disadvantages of being a small character and a big character.
Right.
And so on top of that, they've got like a standard game mode where it is basically like team deathmatch, but with the added thing of like it's whoever like accumulated the most mass. But really, that just comes down to kills in that sort of setting. There's a little bit of difference with recovery, but I think the main mode they're pushing is this mode where the kind of the mass you take, you can kind of deposit into these like these checkpoints. You have one, and the opponents have one, and so you have to. Go into combat, get mass, retreat safely, and and deposit it, and like do that loop again successfully. And it kind of reminds me of like Splatoon rank mode.
When you deposit your mass, does that like remove it from your body parts?
It does, yeah. And it's weird how you can, depending where you're aiming, whether it's deliberate or not, different parts of your body may grow. Like you might just be trying to take someone down, and your right arm just starts ballooning up because it's just where you're shooting him. It's obviously like steeped in this like Mexican culture.
Does it actually change how the game feels as you inflate?
It does. So like if you have like if you've got the mass in your legs, you become your jumping ability goes through the roof sort of thing. And I'm not 100% sure, but I believe like the arm you're holding your gun in will like improve your gun. But you also get like a rocket jump thing, and so you can jump really high into these stages and kind of just float down. And yeah, it's got a real nice kind of unique vibe to it, kind of like when I started playing Splatoon for the first time.
Have you tried the motion controls? There are motion controls, right?
There are, and it does like it presumes that you'll want to play with them, so they are defaulted on. Decent? Yeah, they are decent. Yeah, they feel pretty similar to Splatoon. I would probably say Splatoon was a little better. You probably expect it to be honest. But it feels good though. And like the main, like when you first jump in, it says, "Oh, do you want to learn the basics?" And sometimes you just don't know if that's a good idea or not in the game. Sometimes it can drag. But it felt quite similar to when you first play Splatoon, and it takes you go through the controls. and you go through this very little stage. You shoot some balloons. You go up a wall, and that's basically it. And you got a similar thing here. So you get your head around the controls in a very quick way. So I appreciate that, because then I could jump onto an online mode a few minutes after booting it up and feeling, at least somewhat comfortable with the game just a few minutes in.
I just want to know, like, what a big chest, what abilities, like a big, like, torso.
Yeah, like the big torso type thing.
Mexican masked dude.
I guess one thing is it looks very weird, but I think that kind of adds to the game. It's always weird, formations are going around, and like it looks very goofy because it has like some sort of physics to it. And like you see some guy walking with like one massive leg and another, and tiny one. But because like the style of the characters, it's really quite charming and just silly.
Very Nintendo, sounds like.
Yeah, it's very Nintendo, and it is a Nintendo exclusive, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice. I'm aware of that.
It feels like it's taken a little to shine away from Splatoon a little bit.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Because it's a cooperative team-based shooter, right?
Yes.
Very much like Splatoon is.
It is, and it even has like, as you play games, and this is in a lot of competitive games, but you do get experience and level up, and it's got that sort of loop as well. And you have gear, so there are like.
I guess it's a nice alternative. I mean, if you had enough of Splatoon, and you want like, oh, let's like it.
Yeah.
This is like the perfect game to sort of slide into.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that's like an accidental move on their part.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. They're like, hey, Splatoon's selling really well. Let's make a game like that.
Cool. So, are there any other games in particular, like, kind of caught your attention, even if you don't necessarily want to run out and buy it? Like, if like some of these have had like striking art styles to them.
Actually, I think the very first game they showed up, Nightcall, I thought that actually looked really intriguing to me.
So was that the
detective, type game, where it shows up all these people in the back seat of his car, but if you catch it for like a split second, there's a cat. I want to know the story behind that cat. Why is there a cat in a man's car? I don't know, but it did look like genuinely intriguing. Like
a taxi driver, like helping rid the city of criminal activity or whatnot.
Yeah.
Isn't he a taxi driver or something? Like, what's with that?
He drives a car around, so it's you are a taxi driver. Yep. And I don't know why the police are asking a taxi driver to, like, hey, on the side while you're driving around, could you help us solve some murder cases?
Well, he talks to the like witnesses or the suspects or people of interest.
Isn't that the police's job though? I mean, kind of.
But if they're just taking an innocent taxi ride, then they don't realize they'll give all their information out and whatever.
They'll tell the taxi driver anything. Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
By the way, I killed a bloke the other week. It was great. I mean, it's like it's weird. It's a weird like plot line, but it's intriguing. It is intriguing, and it looks really cool too. I do like the art style.
Cool. Yeah, nothing much caught my attention was Prison Architect.
Really?
Not the sort of game I usually gravitate towards.
I
thought it was good for that type of strategy game. Like it seems like a good fit for the Switch in terms of you can touch screen it, but it also looks like it's got a decent layout for the buttons on the TV. And there's like there seems to be a lot to that game. All the different modes, the different systems. Like they were saying, there's like a full story mode for all the different like character types and a bunch of other like expanded content. And I don't know, something about it.
Lewis is like, I just want to build my own prison. This is going to be amazing.
But I don't like they did tease that in a way, like, oh, you can run it like as efficiently and like humane and all the rest, or not.
That would be me. Like, I'm the humane one who would treat my
exactly. But you
well,
play a game like that, it seems like, or you could do the complete opposite and have a fun time too. But it's like
there it is.
Well, depending on what type of person you are, it's like a very systems-based game. But it seems like
that's another one that's available right now. So $30 over here in America.
It's steep.
That's higher than I thought it would be. That changes things.
Yeah,
that's good, though. But if it was probably half that, I might have been tempted to pick that up with Morphe's Law at the same time.
If it's your type of game, it reminds me of like Tycoon games. I mean, I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon a lot, so it's just Roller Coaster Tycoon, but instead of an amusement park, you're building a prison. So if it's your type of game, you could end up spending like dozens of hours having fun building your prison. What? It's just a thing lately.
Kind of reminds me of like theme park and such. And like in terms of like the theme is obviously very different, but in terms of like the actual gameplay, what you're doing moment to moment,
more or less the
it's kind of the same game.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
But with more depth, which is quite cool. So yeah, there we go, throwing that one out there.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other gems hidden in here?
I do want to talk about Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom.
Oh,
I want to talk about this, and especially the song that has that was accompanying the trailer on there. So it's a from what I get from the trailer on there, it's a very colorful, like side-scrolling action adventure, and
for like 7-year-olds.
7-year-olds, the 7-year-old inside me.
Yeah,
my inner child.
Let's be honest, me too.
I'm just saying, this is just, I don't care if it's cheesy or very cartoon. I mean, like to a point, I'm like,
it's adorable. Is what I would say.
That's exactly it. And and you can transform into 6 different creatures.
Like at will, it looks like.
Okay, yeah, it's at will. So kind of like looks a little bit more fluidly than like Shantae's transformations in Half Genie Hero, which they're a lot better than they were in Risky's Revenge, but here it didn't. But that I don't know. I'm this one I'm looking out for.
So the thing
makes me think of Adventure Pals.
Oh yeah, that is right.
Well, the art style anyway, for sure. Yeah, that's the colorful, kind of kid-friendly-ish vibe.
Yeah, the thing I was wondering is there's obviously been like lots of classic Monster Boy games. Has there been one between them and this? Like, what was the other most recent one? Or have they actually been releasing Monster Boy games for a little while, going under the radar? Because this seems like obviously a brand new game.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We recently had a remaster of one of them on the Switch, I think last year.
I don't know, should be.
I'm unsure.
I'm not familiar with this, as a series.
As a series, yeah. I was going to say,
and you were shouting at the podcast, let me know. Hello at NintendoVoice.com or at Lucian.
Yeah.
I would say, like, the presentation this game, they spent, like, a little bit of extra time on this game, but the presentation this game got, I mean, it definitely would have sold some people, I think, because they showcased this game well, what it was.
Yeah, and it had, like, the production values behind it. Like, it had, not just the music, but, it had, like, very nicely done anime cutscene, just, like, intersliced between, like, this nicely directed gameplay footage.
Yeah, exactly.
It was produced very well.
Music included.
Yeah.
Yeah, it blended well together. It did create its own theme very well.
Can I say which one? Can I say a game I was disappointed by?
Of course.
Just by the title alone. I was like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for. Streets of Rogue.
How so?
I was like, here we go. This is Streets of Rage reboot. It's not.
That's what I was kind of wondering. Except that they're going like even more cliche and adding rogue because roguelikes are all the rage with indie developers lately.
There's a lot of roguelike games.
Roguelike.
There's many roguelike games out there.
Don't they call that rogue light with a T? Light?
No, like Like
I think both.
Well, no, a roguelike could be roguelite.
I think
because it's not quite a roguelike.
Both exist. I don't know the distinction between them.
Oh. But yeah,
spinning in circles too.
But yeah, it seems, at least it's on, it's quite transparent about it. It's a Streets of Rage game if it was a roguelike.
Yeah, kind of, but not really.
No.
Because you're going around, you can like pick people's pockets and play as police and arrest people. It's Streets of Rage is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game.
True, there's not much shooting in Rage, is there?
It's like there's zero shooting in Rage. Exactly. And so it's I don't know. I was like, but just on the name alone, I was like, oh, this could be intriguing, and no, it's not. It's lame. I don't like it.
Could be good though. Who knows? The actual game, you know.
I can't
like the Xbox One, that's an okay console, right? Despite the name. Octopath Traveler, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE, all those tongue twisters.
I'm still waiting for Tokyo Mirage Sessions for a port to
Switch.
Well,
yes, I would love that.
You guys are dreaming. That's
weird names, though.
Never gonna happen.
It may not.
Weird names means it's going to be a great game. Colin, last time I was on this show, I swear that Bravely Default was like one of your favorite 3DS games. Am I right?
It was up there. Well, no, that was Lewis. I think that was Lewis.
Yeah, definitely was
Still.
I said it was okay.
Name. It's a fantastic name. You can't forget the flying fairy part of the name. That's essential to the story.
Yeah,
I think we're getting there. Any more you want to bring attention to?
Baba is me. Baba is
yeah. That it's.
Baba
We
is
can't discuss this show without discussing.
This confused the heck out of me.
Baba is me is Baba is you is the name.
Baba is
that
somebody.
Intro, the British narrator lady. I know it was like a UK thing, so of course she was British, but the little narration there. Baba is me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Baba is you. She was entertaining. I liked it. I liked it.
And it looks like a pretty intriguing game. Like I have no idea like the logic behind that puzzle solving where you're like moving words out of the sentence to make something work.
Like it's like what is it? Wall is solid. So if you move the word solid out the way, you can actually pass through the wall. And I was like,
exactly.
Okay.
It's a strange one. I hope it's one where after you play it a little bit, it starts to make logical sense.
Yeah, because
it's not just every time.
Showed I was just as baffled. I was like, but I don't understand.
Unless that's kind of the point.
Show better
making its rules each time, and it's stuck. That's the novelty. It's like almost a WarioWare-esque rethink this simple puzzle.
Yeah, but it seems like it'd be like a one-trick pony.
Well, it may be a short game sort of thing.
It could be real cheap. Yeah, who knows? Like $5.
Fair enough if it's kind of also priced, in respect to that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I thought it had potential. Like, I still don't really get like what the brain teasing like logic is behind that puzzle solving or whatnot. But it could be good. There's some potential there. Like, I want to know a little bit more about it. And if it's cheap, I might just go for it just to see what the heck it's all about.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing would be to see what like the later stages look like whether they look similar to what we've seen, or whether they're like these screens of this like labyrinth systems.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the actual puzzle itself would be more complex. Like you can take more words out and that form a different sentence, meaning you can then that sentence says. It's basically changing the entire meaning of the puzzle by moving a couple. I don't know. I can see potential for like really clever puzzles, but I don't know if they're in the game because they didn't show us. They show us basic things.
In a weird way, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Human Resource Machine, which is the Tomorrow Corporation game where you essentially like are coding things.
Mm-hmm.
But you're definitely not coding things in this. You're kind of doing almost the opposite of that. But in a weird way, like just this, like the concept of tackling a puzzle in a different type of way, kind of reminds me of that. But
Lewis
or not. Possibly, it really depends what it kind of looks like when it comes out. Like, what's the size of it, sort of thing? How much it costs?
Yeah.
What do those later stages look like? Does the game actually change and evolve, or is it very similar stuff over and over again?
Yeah, it's very indie looking though, for sure. Like just weird and different, and you don't really know what it's all about.
Bland
So that's
is the code word for that. Very indie looking equals bland.
Yeah,
come on.
Does it have like a secret like story to it, like some indie games do?
Yeah, I doubt.
Like it presents this like
I'm so bitter today. Anyway.
Oh dear. Never mind.
Someone has to be negative because I'm brimming with positivity over here.
It's actually my role. We're doubling up today, which is good.
I'm brimming with indifference.
Is that it?
I'm with Harrison. No.
I'm actually excited. I'm excited for what we're talking about here. Of course, I'm excited for the people we're talking with.
Lewis, are we going to talk about Terraria again? I saw your cursor move down there on the notes.
Oh, that's a hidden thing. That's inside baseball. We shouldn't be mentioning where my cursor is.
Sorry. Oh.
Why are you? Yeah. Why are you highlighting the super secret? Why are you highlighting the super secret thing on the notes?
It's all in my head. I don't need to look at notes.
Okay, so
sorry to reveal that personal information. I haven't played it.
Are you excited for it? Come on, Switch.
I haven't either.
No,
I played it. It's.
Well, you're the guy to ask. Is this a good thing? It's on the Switch.
Oh yeah, but not in 2019. It's.
What about for me and Harrison, who haven't played it?
Yeah, I could probably check it out. I mean, I never played it, and
honestly, it all depends on what price point it comes out at, but I think they'll charge
premium.
I'm guessing it costs the same on everything, right? That would make sense.
Hopefully. It's probably a mobile game at this point, right? I mean, it's probably like a $2 mobile game and then like
you can play it
$20 console game
on any device. I'm pretty sure my toaster can play it.
Yeah, I think for a while it was almost considered like in Minecraft Shadow. Like, obviously, it was never anywhere near the size of that, but it got surprisingly big.
To be perfectly honest, this game is Minecraft in 2D.
That's what I've heard.
It had like pretty much all the systems of Minecraft. They put it in a 2D plane, and that's basically it.
I might like it better than Minecraft then. Who knows? I should give it a shot.
Minecraft for sure, but I enjoyed it for what it was, but it didn't hold my attention for too long.
Well, that's how Minecraft is with me. Like, for some reason, I enjoy it for like a few hours one day, and then
that's the thing. Yeah.
We'll see. That it's funny. The whole cursor moving down to Terraria thing was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
But Terraria, maybe I'll give it a shot one day.
Following the script, and I appreciate that. Never stray from the script. I think that's going to cover it though for our indie highlights impressions.
I'll say I do want to highlight one other.
Go for it.
What was it? What did everybody think about? Jesus, is more roguelike. Did Bad North?
Right.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, that's out now. And this is another thing. Whatever. It's basically
this is a strategy game, right?
Strategy, and it's like it's on an isometric view. Is that what I'm looking at right now?
Yeah.
Okay. This was talked about before in another Nindies event, wasn't it?
I feel like it was.
I could have swore.
I've seen it before. I think I've seen it in the Nintendo news bit on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. But yeah, it's got like this very flat colors, like simple geometric shapes, isometric view. But yeah, with this strategy game applied on top of it. So you got these small units, but in big numbers, kind of swarming these small, little mounds of terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's almost like a strategy puzzle game in a way.
Yeah, kind of, because you only have a certain amount of units to on each island, and you got to position them in the right places and things like that. I'm gonna say it looks visually it did nothing for me. I thought it was very just kind of basic looking, but I can see the fun in the gameplay.
And that's what counts, right?
But yeah, it's like, I know that caught my eye for that one. I just realized, okay, I may give this a look.
Cool. I should have asked, like we'll do this time. Are there any other games we'd like to talk about?
The missing game, Shovel Knight King of Cards. What the heck is happening with that expansion?
Wasn't that supposed to be out in like January? Or no, that was announced. Or
I thought it was supposed to be out like last year or something. Like they're just Yacht Club Games taking their time on that one.
Yeah, definitely. But it's weird when it's hard to give them any stick for it because they're still delivering updates on this one game. It's not like we're buying new games every time they drop new stuff. We paid that original price years ago, and they've been delivering lots and lots and lots since. But where is it then?
It feels like it's been a while, and there's a lot of silence on the Yacht Club Games.
That's true.
But that's one thing that I thought I kind of want to see more on that, but maybe there's never mind, I guess. Another showcase, like kind of a more American one, I guess, or a more worldwide showcase. At this point, would be a little redundant. So Yacht Club Games will probably just kind of make an announcement themselves at some point.
It'll be in a proper direct, I think. I think Shovel Knight's at a point now where it's full direct is But that's where all the eyes are. That's where the attention is. I think they will showcase it in the next Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
Maybe.
It
could be in a Nintendo Direct.
Higher status. He's in Smash technically.
I gotta say though, with the recent Smash Direct and this going on as well, do we smell a Direct properly? Not smell. No, it's like I smell a Direct. I sent a Direct coming to me. Do we think we might be getting a Direct soon? Because I feel like that there's some point. Because I feel like there's.
Blimey, I need some good news for the Switch.
You've got some good news for the Switch.
It's called Monster Hunter. You're probably gonna play it for another 1,000 hours. Yet again.
Monster Hunter's great. I'm looking forward to that.
So flippant.
Besides that, there's nothing really I'm excited about.
Dark Souls remastered?
No.
Why not?
Couldn't care.
Couldn't care? Jeez.
Yeah, it just depends what you like. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming up, in my opinion. I can't wait for The World Ends With You and the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Ooh, I still need to finish Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm sorry, everybody. It's just you got to set.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Harrison, so you're safe.
It's got some grindy systems. Holy smokes! Like it can be hard to get through.
It's just you have to set around time to get around to like close to 70 to 80 hour JRPG adventures like that. For me, I just need the time, and who knows? I might actually just start that today. Who knows?
Ooh, there you are.
Because I've been playing. The thing I've been enjoying right now has been Bomb Chicken, and that's just adorable. It's an overweight chicken that lays bombs instead of eggs, and they explode.
How's that going, Harrison? How is Bomb Chicken going?
I'm liking it really so far. I mean, it's just a simple little platformer with a cute little hook to it, where, like I said, just a big old pulpy little chicken that lays a bunch of bombs and you can just stack them on top of as high as you want. It's the fact that you have to get used to it, where you can't jump, because that's it. You use the height of the bombs or your platforms as your wave, your stepping point to move to each platform or to jump on enemies. Again, the puzzle building is based on using your bombs.
Yeah, so cool. It's one I've had my eye on a while. I've not pulled the trigger on it yet. Is it worth it with so many other good games out currently?
I got it on sale. It was originally $14 here, but I got it for like $8.
Oh, blimey! Wow.
I think it's still on sale currently.
Still on sale?
I think.
Looking it up.
Yeah, recommendation: pick it up if it's still on a sale. Cool. Anything else anyone else to bring to the table before we wrap the feature up?
No.
It's more negativity.
What would you have liked to see here, Colin? What would have made this a much better video for you?
Oh, that's a very good question. I don't have an answer for that.
What would be a good indie game? What would change this around for you? Maybe a follow-up to a game that already is out and you've enjoyed, or nothing at all.
No, he must be really upset with his Switch.
I'm not upset with the Switch. I'm happy with my purchase. It's just
wait till Smash is out and Nintendo will be able to.
I'm not excited for Smash at all.
Oh jeez.
Oh, I am.
No, the Smash hype has been just traveling through my veins.
You guys.
Yes.
You're getting excited for a game. I'm not getting into it. Let's just move on.
Wow, wow. Colin, I think maybe you found your idea for your exclusive show.
It's
just going to be like a 60-minute rant by Colin why Smash is overrated.
I'm not still no. Smash Ultimate is like overhyped right now.
We'll find that. There we go. That's the snippet. That's what we needed.
That's what it is.
A
game which its main selling point is, hey, here's all the characters you played as before. Have fun.
Here's the thing, though, Colin. I played the game. I played it. I got it play tested early on, and
I played Smash 2. I've been playing it for years. It's great.
Oh, you're saying it's the same thing?
And tweaks.
It's not just tweaks. It's not.
We don't even know. We don't even know what the heck new modes there are.
I play tested it. I understand that you can understand the basic concept is definitely the same to it, but as far as the little finite details of everything is so much different to it with each experiment. I could definitely say to you when you had that leap from Wii U, from the Smash from Brawl to Smash Wii U, it was vastly different to it. Yes, because you're getting an HD coat of paint and obviously a thing that was built up from the ground with Bandai Namco and of course, Sora Limited. Here, this is just, hey, Sakurai, like, what do you want to do for the next Smash Brothers? I want everything in here right now. Okay, that's funny. And you're like, I want everything. Okay, and everything it is. And everything, and then some. Not even the appearance of Rathalos can get Colin excited.
No.
With 2 unique appearances of Rathalos as well. He's the boss and he's an assist trophy there, Colin.
Tragic.
Is that? There we go. There we go.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I am happy about with the latest Smash Bros. Is that Castlevania finally got represented in the series.
And good representation it was as well.
Exactly.
Multiple characters, complex stage, different.
And you say multiple characters, like the whole Echo character thing. That's a whole other kettle of fish. Let's not get into that.
Why is that? Okay, briefly, why is that? Is it?
It's basically them throwing their hands up saying we can run out of ideas. We have no ideas for these characters, so we're going to take these templates.
Do you know how hard it is to kind of develop when it comes to move sets with these characters?
Oh, I know how it is. They know how it is too, because they put every single old character back in it because they can't think of anything new.
What do you mean?
Should we?
What do you mean? Ridley, King K. Rool, Inkling. These are all various new characters and new movesets. Heck, they actually redesigned Wolf's moveset from before.
Nintendo could sell millions of copies of an enhanced port, and that would have been easy money.
Yeah,
the work that's going into this, the details, the little changes that they're making to make sure everyone is satisfied, it's absurd. And it's like just above and beyond. I mean, it's just mind-blowing how much effort is going.
We will get to more. We will get more into the Smash rant later on when the game releases. I feel like we've. Yeah. You know what? This could be a new segment for us. Whatever. After our feature, we could also do a water cooler or a rant or a rant segment for 10 minutes.
Open suggestions. Let us know your feedback.
Bring me back when you talk about my Nintendo. Seriously.
I will. No. Trust me. I will get the pitch. I will get the pitchforks ready for that one. I mean, it's. I miss my physical rewards, but again, I will say though, with the coin system that they have on there, at first I was like, I don't like this, but the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Getting like $8 or $10 off a game, or getting $1 back, whatever for what it is. I know I'm getting the math wrong. It's good for indie titles. All those little ones on there. I mean, I have like $10 saved up, and I'm like, you know what? There's that indie game I want to buy. I'll get it. You know, it's good for that.
Yeah, I could say some good things about it too, but yeah.
It's
another day.
But
yes,
we shall do that another episode. There's one more thing to do, Colin, though, before we start wrapping up the show, and that is, I've got to ask you a question on Content Provider. You currently have 1 point. You are leading. You are the only person with a point.
Okay.
Would you like to try to double back to 2 points?
Yes.
Just to make sure you're fully aware, if you don't get this right, you have 0 points.
I mean, you're only going to lose 1. It's fine.
That is true, but me as the house will have 2 points.
Everything to play for. Let's do it.
Everything to play for. Okay, let's roll on. So, obviously, it's the same theme as before.
Oh, is it?
It is.
No.
Oh, do you want to...
That's what made me question your decision, Colin.
I've not read out any of the questions yet, or any of the games, so you can still...
No, I've laid my cards on the table. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay.
Right on.
The 4 games, and this is just for you, Colin. Sunset, No Time to Explain, Tokyo Dark, and Tumbleseed. Would you like me to read them again?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, please.
Good luck.
Can I have the games again?
Sunset, No Time to Explain,
okay.
Tokyo Dark, Tumbleseed.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna go with. Like, can I find a friend on this one? Is there any like lifelines or anything?
No,
Those-
no,
tho-
no, no.
Those
unfortunately.
those do not exist in the Nintendo Voice Voice podcast.
This is all or nothing, man. You
It
got to be
is.
confident.
I keep coming out
Tumbleseed.
spinning your roses here.
I'm gonna go with Tumbleseed.
Tumbleseed is a game on the Switch.
Mhm.
Is an indie game, but was not funded on Kickstarter.
Ah.
That would be No Time to Explain, which was actually a sort of like 2D platformer on the Wii U, which I played. Like it was like procedurally generated platforming game.
I am just.
But unfortunately, Colin and everyone else, you have 0 points, and I have come out with 2 points in my own game. I feel very humbled to be here. But that's going to do it for today's show. And so, like how we usually end the podcast, at least, we'll go around the four of us today, and we'll let you know how you can get hold of us if you would like to, and anything else we've been up to that we would like you to know about. Harrison, would you like to go first?
Sure. You can reach me at my tweet machine. That's what I'm just calling it now these days. At H Milfeld, and you can become my friend with the friend code, because those are just the most arbitrary and things to actually get everybody a hold of it. But again, I'm complaining. You can reach that. You can see my friend code pinned to the top of my Twitter profile. And of course, if you want to read any more, you can check out my friends over at purenintendo.com, where I currently write for.
Okay, yourself, Colin.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at HighlyandBard. You can find. Let's see, what else do I do? I stream on Twitch. So twitch.tv/TheHighlyandBard. Has to be the at the beginning because reasons.
Someone stop your name.
Because it's my name.
Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Doppelgangers.
So,
And Holly, how can people get hold of you and what you're up to?
Well, I'm very active on Twitter at the handle at Lil Red Koopa. So LIL Red Koopa. Lil Red Koopa. And I don't have my Switch friend code on there, but I think I'll probably put that in the kind of like person description thing at the top of my Twitter, so that you can be friends with me there, especially with Monster Hunter coming out. Let's play together. Let's do it.
I will say, though, I think it's like there's another helpful thing with the finding friends is that they'll have, like, if you're friends with somebody on Facebook and they have like a Switch friend, like, you'll be able to find them easily on there. Same thing with Twitter.
That's very true.
I don't always follow back, though. Like, I'm slightly picky. I don't like certain things. I don't know. Well, no.
I really, yeah.
I would.
Sorry about that. But
Well, for myself, if you want to get hold of me, Twitter is the best place. LEUVSION. If you want to add me on Switch, my friend code is actually on the bio there, so you can click on that or type it into your Switch. I guess how it actually works. On the Nintendo Voice side of things, follow us at Nintendo Voice. Please do check out youtube.com/Nintendo Voice. And I guess the main one, really, if you would like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. And the reasons why is, one, we are now doing an exclusive show every month, which the person who wins the most points on content provider over the weeks, it will be a show of their choosing, whether that's inside or outside the world of Nintendo. And it generally does help support and grow the show. You also will be able to submit ideas for our main feature that we do every week on the show. But with that, thanks once again for listening, and this has been Nintendo Voice.
Enjoy the new tunes.
Take care, everyone.
bye.